Build's finally coming along now. Damn, fucking he's 250 right now. God damn. Oh, I don't have access to their difficulty. Levels Dictator in. Damn, 230 Dictator. Holy shit. Let's join. He might be in a group. Hey, what's up? Yo, what's up?
I need more time.
Long time no see. I have the damage for a level 50, but they fucking keep one-shotting me in 50. So I just gotta be careful.
I'm not ready.
Oh man, you're flattening him. God damn, dude. Oh shit, get me out of there. Damn, dude, fucking Spirit-born speed. Oh, no. I don't even know what hit me either. Some random explosion.
I need more time. I need time to do that. I need more time. I need more time.
Damn, dude. Level everything to 41. And now I have PS5 too, so you could just pop it over and over again. I should be out in time to accept it. Yeah, I'm already out. It's my resistances and my armor. That's what fucks me up. Because I have 619 armor now on tier 3. I mean, I've beaten a 50 before, but it's a struggle.
I need more time. I need time to do that.
crisis even worse. 33 makes rental housing harder to find.
Ah, fuck it, I'll salvage. Oh man, what the fuck? No. Let's do it. I'm
I
ready
need
to go.
time to do that.
Oh shit, I should make an incense. Oh, hold up. I'll make an incense.
Magic in a bottle.
Let's get it. Redmond Buzz, Chorus of War, Sage. Alright, there we go. I'll do it once we get outside the next one to make sure you get it too.
I need time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
Fucking speed demon. Oh, I should have known. Oh, you don't gotta res me or nothing. I'll just pop back.
I need more time.
After this, then I'll pop the incense. Oh.
I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
What?
I need time to do that. I need time to do that.
Oh, okay. I can do something now.
I'm not ready.
Max damage. Yeah, I can somewhat contribute when I'm not dead. First board. What did I have in my first board? I think Essence was in my first board. Fuck, I'll just level to 46. Out of here. All right, popping the incense once we get out. Yep. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, hold up. Don't move. There we go. Let's go. Do it. Maybe I'll start getting 800 item power shit.
All finished, are you?
Yes, it's better than starting from nothing.
I cannot do that here.
It's my res at like negative. It's not. It's not. 415 armor. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. I'll just be along for the ride. Yeah, max that XP. Go. Go, 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 go. Probably should have blood mist for this one, but whatever.
I'm not ready.
I mean, I could do damage to him, but not much.
I need more time. I need more time.
Oh.
I need more time.
Oh. I mean, I could kill him, yeah.
I'm not ready. I need more time.
Wait, I need topaz fragments to upgrade it? What the fuck? Whatever. Some fucking bullshit. Alright, I'm leaving now. Do it.
Not while
Go,
I'm
go,
in
go, go,
town.
go, 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 go. Last second. Oh, I'm not gonna survive here. Fuck no.
I need time to do that.
Oh shit. Thanks, man.
I'm not ready.
Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. Ah. I'll res. Go without me. I'll just res.
I need time to do that. I need time to do that.
So glad those incense don't leave now.
Time to do that. I need time to do that. I need time to do that. I need time to do that.
I'm gonna need to make some of those fragments soon so I can upgrade to 46. I don't want to slow us down though, I can just do that in town. Even after you guys hop in the next one. Let's go. And if you can do like 3 without salvaging. Shitty razor plate. Yup. I'll salvage after this next one.
I need more time.
I can maybe try to keep up and clump them, but I'll probably just die if I stay too close. You might also kill them before I can even have a chance to clump them.
I need more time. I need more time. I need time to.
Just got me.
I'm not ready.
Just leave the party. You don't even have to be able to kill. I'm not killing anything. Just gotta keep up and fucking try to contribute a little bit and
I need
yeah.
time to do that.
won't even let me res? What the hell? Alright. 45. All four at 45 except one's at 31. Pump that one up first. Piercer, no.
I need time to do that.
Nice. Thanks, man.
See some steel you need?
Much
I'll
appreciated.
keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Yep, I'll see you later, man.
I need time to do that.
Magic in a bottle.
Let's see, what do I need to craft?
I can cure what ails you. Oh, on the morrow, traveler.
Let's get it.
I need more time.
Trying to clump them up or something? Holy shit.
I need more time. I need more time.
Just gotta kill this one guy by myself. Jeez, that's so much health. Nah, I just gotta stay back.
I need more time.
Can't do anything.
I need time to do that. Time to do that. I need more time. I need time to do that.
Alright, I'm not doing anything now. I'm just gonna not die. these next.
I need time to do that.
At least I can force him to reduce damage that I'm doing.
I'm not ready yet.
46. Ooh, almost there. Oh, so all you do is you hit 46 and it immediately increases one time, and that's the max radius. So I don't have to increase the radius again then? That's pretty fucking useful. Oh!
I'm not ready.
God damn it.
I need time to do that. I need time to do that.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
I need time to do that.
It's my res, dude.
I need time to do
My
that.
freaking res is horrible. And it's my res and my armor. That's the issue is I need 800 item power for everything, including my rings and all my jewelry. My damage is fine. I can kill stuff somewhat at a 65, but I can't survive. Shit. If I can't survive, my minions are not staying alive.
I need more time. I need more time.
Guess there was some enemy there. Shadow res, life. Oh god. There's one enemy's coming. Oh, I don't want to damage that guy.
I need more time.
No, I don't want to damage that guy.
more time. I need more time.
Stay alive and talk shit.
I'm not ready.
Oh.
I'm not ready.
God damn it. I think I might have to, yeah, I keep dying too much. I'm gonna have to leave after this one and buy some gear. I can't keep up with this level, guys. I'm sorry.
I need more time.
Alright, let's go ahead and dip out. Alright, I could have to buy some gear. Or I could still run.
I'm not fond of people.
So much potential gear I can just buy. Alright, let's first go with... Well, I never repaired it, I guess.
More there than I thought.
I cannot do that here.
Potted well.
No, before we buy gear, we got shit going, so...
Eliminate.
I don't really get involved in politics, but Measure Z would hurt my restaurant and my customers.
No, I don't give a fuck about Measure Z.
Behind Donald Trump specifically, I think has now taken it over. So I don't think that's going to change. I think future candidates are going to sound more like Donald Trump. They're going to sound more like Vivek Ramaswamy. I think the message is going to be smaller government, true conservatism. I think the message is going to be stop funding foreign wars, foreign aid. I think the message is going to be bring back manufacturing. Mostly common sense stuff. But I think that the thrust behind this populist movement is that we understand there's government corruption. We understand that there's mainstream media corruption, and we want a representative as our president, as our representatives in Congress, who know that, who talk like us, who think like us, and aren't going to be afraid to say it out loud. So I think it's kind of a permanent reformation of the Republican Party post-Donald Trump, whether he wins or loses this election.
Oh shit, here we go. +2 to Golem. Something new to use. I will put that in.
Questions geared mostly towards Schroyer. You mentioned no foreign wars under Trump.
Here we
in
go.
2017 on
We gotta just do gear.
And we dropped a record number of bombs in a single deployment on Syria until our record was beat by the Truman the year after that. What do you mean no foreign wars under Trump?
So are you referring to the airstrike on the airport strip? Which one are you referring to? Okay, so I would say that was a war that he inherited. I would say he didn't start that war. I think it was an inherited war. Now, you can argue whether you think we did good in that or bad in that. We could sit here and argue about the Biden pullout of Afghanistan. I think these were wars that Trump inherited. The decisions he made to try to end them, just like the decisions that Biden made to try to end them, you can debate. But he didn't start any new wars. So I think that's the distinction here. These were wars that were already ongoing for years and years. Past administrations, Obama, Bush, Republican, Democrat, didn't matter.
Let's look for gear to buy.
I wouldn't say that that was a started.
Oh wait, no, we got the things going. My bad. We gotta run these out first.
I think that the general perspective to understand is that you didn't have the massive conflict in Ukraine. You didn't have the massive conflict in the Middle East, which we hope doesn't engulf us now, but they are now sending troops to both of those regions, and so I'd like to see that. I don't think there's enough being done by Trump either to stop these wars, to be honest. I'd like to see all these foreign wars stopped. I want to decouple from Israel. I want to decouple from the Middle East. I want to decouple from all of these foreign wars. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't even care if it makes us isolationists. We don't need the rest of the world. We can build everything we need here. We have enough energy here. I would decouple from all these foreign countries, internalize everything, and get out of all these wars to begin with.
Do we get the answer as well, or no?
If you're able to keep the rebuttals as pithy
Sure,
as
quick
possible,
rebuttal.
because
The fact that
otherwise...
there were no wars going on is ridiculous. Crimea was still invaded and held by Russia. The civil war in the Donbass that was being supported by Russia was still going on. And in the Middle East, you had the occupation of Crimea was 2014. Okay, was Trump not president when it was occupied? Exactly. And then the civil war in the Donbass, where Russia continued to escalate by sending in more troops and more forces. Did that happen under Trump?
So this is hilarious. They say Trump, Russia collusion.
And then also for the Middle
Can I
East.
answer? Are you
No, you didn't answer. You're not going to. No, you're not going to answer because you're not answering the question. That's why you're doing a ramble right now.
Trump, Russia collusion.
Russia collusion. Holy shit, we got our joggers on today.
He just admitted
when it came to the Middle East, there was also still conflict in the Middle East. You had Iran attacking Saudi Arabia for the first time ever. You had the entire border riots, Great March of Return lasted for about a year in Israel. And you still had all the conflict in Syria. So the idea that there was no conflict in the Middle East is also delusional.
Okay, so again, the question was new wars. Russia invaded Ukraine when Obama was president. Russia invaded Ukraine again when Biden was president, not when Trump was president.
We need, there we go. There we go. There we go.
I don't know you guys' opinion.
This is better.
Trump was president when he tried to isolate
Much
America
better.
on a global scale from groups like NATO and try to go closer to countries like Russia or China.
Master word.
Autarky is basically this idea that your country can be its own country and not rely on the rest of the world for anything. It's stupid.
Alright, fuck it. I got life. I'll take it.
We are a global trading partner that we can ensure global peace and prosperity through ensuring trading lanes, ensuring these giant multilateral trade agreements so that we can have
Ooh, this is bad. Corpse explosion?
You saw what happened when
Horrible
the
boots, man.
shooting missiles at ships. What happened? The United States showed up and they said, hey, no more of that, and they shut it down. And trade through the Suez Canal continued. We wouldn't be able to do that in an America supported by Trump or Trumples because they believe somewhat naively that we can just withdraw entirely from all of the global world markets and still be as good as we are now, that we wouldn't be able to rely on any of the manufacturing from any other country, we wouldn't have access to any of those markets from where they're now. Like, why would we want to take the country back so far? You know who tried stepping away from giant unified markets? The United Kingdom through Brexit.
Okay, there we go.
It's not looking very good right now, so I don't know why that would be the model that you would try to emulate for a country who has built so much success off of so much cooperation with the rest of the world.
The concept for America is actually independence, okay? It's independence. So yes, we can be
good.
And I think we learned a lot from this recent port strike.
Good.
Where they just
Boom,
ended it a
spot
couple weeks
that
ago.
out.
We learned that most of these ports are actually owned by foreign companies. That's a problem. We should own
Oh wait,
all
these
of
are
our
already
ports.
perfect, aren't they?
We should make money off of all of our ports.
Oh wait,
and
wait.
maybe
I'm
we
tripping.
wouldn't have this issue. But I think that there's a general
Lightning
attitude
res.
here. See, I think conservatives versus
There we go.
liberals, if you hear what he just said, conservatives believe we can.
In
We
life.
believe in the American people.
Movement
We
speed.
believe in
Boom.
American companies. We believe we can manufacture and produce goods just like we've done for years. We used to have manufacturing plants in all the inner cities, and a man could get a job and make a living wage for his family and buy a home. They've all shipped those overseas. We can bring those back. We have plenty of energy here in the United States. We have innovations in energy. We can go nuclear here. We don't need the world. It's true. But that's the leftist liberal attitude is, oh, we need everybody. You need everybody. You need government. You can't make it on your own. You can make it on your own. America can make it on its own.
Let's throw on Phil Gluttony onto the two-handed. Let's see how that works out.
All green, Owen. Maybe we size up on the jacket next time. But my question has to go to. I'm getting there. Thank you. Destiny, you claimed that there was no money being given to foreign illegals for housing. They weren't buying houses. You're correct on that. But Christopher Rufo did a story. 3.8 billion.
Unyielding commander of the AMI this time. And then we're going to throw on reanimation onto here. That's what we're doing.
they gave
Firing on all cylinders
5
this
million
time.
to
Aphotic,
migrants.
occult,
350,000 of that a week was
animation
going
art,
out to migrants.
hardened bones.
to
Do I
pay for
need?
them
That's
in
not
one
what I
apartment
need.
building.
Wonders of
This
sanctuary
was
at
the
your
CB's owned by
fingertips.
What am I
CB's
missing?
mansion,
Hulking?
Aurora.
Hulking.
Aurora, right? So this was the same building that was taken over by illegal gangs. I'm wondering how you can sit there and say that there's no American taxpayer money going to these people when they're there doing it and taking over our country, literally.
Okay, so, I mean, there's a multitude of problems with the question, but I'll address the question best fit. I mean, if money is given to Colorado and Colorado spends that money on illegal immigrants if they choose to do so, I mean, that would be an issue that you would have then with Colorado and not necessarily the federal government. But also, you also said that they were spending the money resettling migrants. That doesn't sound like money spent on illegals. It sounds like money spent resettling migrants, which is not illegals. But
I'm not
if I
ready
take the
yet.
strongest version of your question, I mean, it's pretty undeniable. I'm sure the United States in some capacity spends money on illegal immigrants. I know that we, we provide housing, we provide, I'm pretty sure, food stipends.
Yeah,
I know
we
there's,
should
like,
go
some
to.
part that these guys obsess over that asylum seekers get when they come in here. They're waiting for their court cases.
This is fun.
Waiting time.
Not enough armor. Nope.
They would have passed the legislation.
Nope.
They shut down because Donald Trump wanted to keep the border open for the election. I'm sure the United States spends money on illegal immigrants. I'm not saying they don't. I just think that the idea that it's just the illegal immigrants that we talk about are like fucking Captain America. Like, these guys come in and they have like 50 kids, and then they steal all of our welfare, and then they are buying all of our fucking houses, and then they're also working all of our fucking jobs, and they're like, I don't know how they can do fucking everything. I don't know if they maybe the reason why Biden did so poorly in the
Harbor Freight.
Advertisements. Fuck. 1,207 armor. That is way. Now I gotta remove something. Gonna remove that shitty one. Okay. We're gonna salvage that shitty one. Can I craft a better one now? No? Okay, then I'll just throw this one in. Boom. There. Armor capped. Res capped. Good. Good.
All the adrenochrome was going to the crazy, legendary fucking illegal immigrants or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure we spend money on illegals. I wish we had comprehensive immigration reform. I do think that spending money on America is important.
I'm not
and I
ready
think that's a good argument. I think that when you look and you see, okay, well, even if it wasn't $200 billion, Destiny, it was $20 billion. Why are we spending $20 billion in Ukraine when my neighborhood is fucking falling apart? Or, my city doesn't have the money to pay for these things that I think are important. I think these are good questions.
Gloves.
Okay? Democrats are not the ones that are trying to cut funding from schools and from cities and from infrastructure and from healthcare. When the fuck was the last time you heard a Republican say, we need to stop funding the war in Ukraine so that we can fund single-payer healthcare? We need to stop giving money to Israel so that we can do something about the homeless or the drug addicted or the mental illness in society. It's never like that. We need to stop funding here, and then we need to cut as much spending domestically as possible so that the fucking free market is going to take care of your problems? What, is Bezos going to walk you to the fucking ER and pay for your medical bill? Like, it's just insane. So I agree. I can understand. Like, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. The United States is a huge federal budget. We can pay for a lot of things. And I do think that sometimes our spending is a bit sad, but when you look at who's taking money away from spending on things like healthcare or childcare or
Golem. Boom.
multitude of things that we need money spent on in this country,
Fane.
Democrats, it's fucking Republicans. And the idea that funding to some foreign war would all of a sudden open their hearts to domestic spending on welfare is ludicrous.
Actually, I'm a Republican, and I literally just said we should take money from foreign wars and spend it on America. So I literally just said that.
So you'd be for public option and single-payer healthcare?
No, I didn't say that either.
Of course you did. Yeah.
But if you have more money in Americans' pockets, they can afford their own health care. See, if you get the government out of the transaction, then Americans have more money.
I need
How does money going to
a tax
come
speed.
back to American pockets if we cut the funding there?
I need a tax
So
speed.
if government has $1 million and they spend $500,000
Oh.
on a foreign country, how much money do they have left?
Oh.
Well, the government, they run deficits.
Oh, come on.
So the answer is $500,000 versus what could have been $1 million. It's basic math. But it's funny, he now admits that we do pay for illegal
Right,
immigrants.
you said earlier that the rich people are the ones who pay most of the taxes. So if they stop spending, then the rich people are the ones keeping the money. They're just going to give it to the poor people.
Which they do. The rich people
There we
do
go.
pay most
Tax
of the
speed.
taxes. So thank
Good.
you for
Int
just
tax
bringing
speed
small
crit
tax
chance.
here,
We
because
got
that's what
Golem
he has
on
to
us
admit,
now.
that yes, we do pay for illegal immigrants. And we shouldn't pay for
And then we're going to imprint.
And they love to play this game with, oh, they're migrants, or oh,
What
they're
I have.
asylum seekers. They rewrite laws, they
Reanimation.
rephrase things so they can get away with these excuses, and then use their buzzwords like immigration reform. We don't need immigration reform.
Let's go.
We need to follow the immigration law. We have immigration laws in this country. There is a waiting process. There's a process you go through to become a citizen. That's what every person person should
Good.
come into America and go through versus some
We need
select
cooldown on the
instances,
helmet like
circumstances
now.
when you come in here on a work visa, when you already have a job lined up, or you have a job that we need. So they love to play these games. And by the way, yes, Colorado did have to request money.
Oh, I have
from
no good
a
helmets.
Federal
Oh God.
Emergency Management Agency. That was literally a request. They had to get the money from the federal government to pay for these illegal immigrants.
Oh my God.
They're all over all of these blue cities.
We'll see how
And by the way,
expensive it
notice
is.
another thing too. The Democrats are always complaining about the state of the education in this
Oh,
country,
a
and
million.
rightfully so. It's in the tubes. Who runs the education department? The Democrats.
Cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Cool down.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin.
Cool down.
I wanted to talk about there's sort of this growing rise in like social conservatism among Generation Z youths, and I sort of wonder as a 22-year-old where I see a future in the Democratic Party for me as someone who kind of leans left economically, more probably left-wing economically, not leans left, but someone who's sort of like center-right socially. And I just don't really see a future right now, and so I'm kind of wondering, should the Democratic Party try and appeal to this growing rise in Gen Z voters, according to a Gallup poll and a Pew Research poll done in the last year? Should it try to appeal, or should it just kind of leave us in the dust? Because the Republican Party, I don't see a future where they start caring about Americans and funding single-payer health care and funding housing, unfortunately. But at the same time, I'm a bit unsatisfied.
Oh my God, what, there's no cooldown anymore?
And so, yeah.
I think that the goal should be to tell all of
There we go.
to vote for Kamala Harris so that the Democrats can win with the largest
There we go, okay.
so that we can load all of the insane fucking college tankies and progressives up into fucking Elon Musk's spaceship and send them off to the fucking moon, okay? I mean, this is an issue that I talk about a lot. The far left of the party is fucking crazy, okay? That's like, nobody can deny that.
There we go.
I follow
Got
the far
pants.
left, honestly, probably more than Owen has. When it comes to insane people, there's a reason why I'm banned from Twitch, and it's not conservatives, it's because of crazy people on the far left. That being said, something I think is good to keep in mind is the far left is politically non-existent. There are no far left lawmakers. Even people like AOC and Bernie Sanders now are called Israeli genocide supporters by the far left. All of the college kids have now abandoned, Ilhan and Rashid, like all of the Justice Dems and Bernie are all completely, off the table now. They're not radical enough for them. So I think that
Hellbent Ultimate. There we go.
Social media, even we can continue to ignore these people because that's the only place they exist is important.
Okay, I can masterwork some shit now.
95% of the party, okay? Like the last YouGov poll
It's kind of expensive.
25% of conservatives, probably Owen included, believe in satanic sex cults, okay, that like Hillary Clinton and Podesta belong to, okay, where they perform blood sacrifice rituals on children, all right? This is, and 80% of conservatives, Owen definitely included, don't believe in the results of the last election. This is like the majority cult of the party, and that is very scary, and it is a huge problem. So I agree, far left is super fucking cringe. I hope that Kamala wins with enough of a margin that we can safely eject these people and never listen to them again. They can all go vote for Jill Stein.
I'd like to address you for a second too, if you wouldn't mind.
I need more
time. So I think what is important for young people, you can stand, you can sit, it doesn't matter. I think what's important for young people to understand is the broad difference between what the right wants to do politically and what the left wants to do.
We're gonna see how the fell gluttony works on the two-handed. I feel like we're gonna end up doing that.
That'll probably go on the rest of your life with more centrist. But I think you need to understand what the core is.
I'm way too squishy still. But my damage should be up there now. Ooh, way too squish, way too squish. Nope.
They want to tell you what kind of...
Way too squish.
So then you might like that. But I just think you need to understand it's
I'm not ready.
Got that. I feel the cooldown. Oh shit. I feel that extra cooldown though. That helps on the helmet. We gotta masterwork that up. Well, actually, no. We'll probably find a helmet that we can buy that has a GA on cooldown. GA on cooldown with an Inter life, and then we just enchant for the other one.
Maybe my neighbor, I think, is a worse person because he doesn't drive one. That's the difference between self-government and the government deciding what you need to do. So they need power to do it, so I just think it's important to understand kind of the core principle. Satanic cults.
I'm not ready.
Are you going to deny that there was an Epstein Island? Are you going to deny these Diddy parties where they're having all these things?
Wait a second. How many photos was Kamala Harris in with Epstein?
No.
How many photos was Donald Trump in with Epstein?
Did you read?
The silence?
Did you
Crazy,
read?
isn't it?
There's no silence. Did you read the WikiLeaks emails? Did you hear about Abramovich? Did you hear about the spirit bookings? Did you hear about the children in the hospital for your entertainment? Did you hear about this is all public information. Anybody in this room can go look at the WikiLeaks emails. The Democrat committee emails and by Marina Abramovich.
Oh.
I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, go home, look it up. It's all public record. It's all real.
All of that is public record. All of that is true.
I need more time.
You exist in a cult. I don't. I'm a
The guy you're advocating for is a fucking loser. He failed at everything. They're trying to bring back manufacturing. Nothing happened. Biden got a bill passed that did something. Whereas Donald Trump said, we're going to do more for infrastructure than we ever have. He did fuck all. At least Biden passed the infrastructure bill, right? When Donald Trump...
That's going so well. So, allocated to understand. It sounds crazy, right? It's a great shirt. I'm sure made some nice money on that shirt. I'm just telling you, I would probably go crazy when I was your age too. But when you dig into this stuff and you realize the government is extremely corrupt, the mainstream media is extremely corrupt.
Man, my resistances is suffering right now. I am not tempering resistance on my gear. Fuck that. I need more Paragon points.
Spirit cookings, Democrat Marty emails. You can make up your own mind after you. Who cooperated with the FBI when Epstein was trying to trafficking at Trump's clubs? Donald Trump's clubs? Yeah, Donald Trump. Epstein was at Trump's clubs.
Oh.
No, he was cooperating with the FBI. He literally cooperated with the FBI. And when did Epstein get arrested? When did Epstein get arrested? Epstein got arrested. So now the Epstein thing is real. So see, now the Epstein thing is real. Now he I'm not ready.
Oh yeah. That's funny. Cooperating with Epstein. What about his house in Mar-a-Lago? Did he cooperate with the FBI then?
I think everybody hates Donald Trump. I mean,
Ah, advertisement, damn it.
I'm not ready yet.
So, man, that is just, it's hard to concentrate with I'm not ready. So Epstein is real. So first it's over. Just your satanic cult. But now it's real. Now he admits it's real. So
I'm
it's
not
amazing.
ready
See,
yet.
when things progress in the conversation, eventually
yeah.
everything he has to admit, everything
Oh,
I
shit.
say is real.
Call him down on him.
I need more time.
I didn't even get my army to dead up either. Okay, this is gonna... There we go, 46. We're gonna get this to 46 now, and we're gonna change the way the build works.
Other than the Sandy Hook crisis metric thing, what is one conspiracy theory on the right that you think is not true?
Oh, he's thinking about it so hard. He can't.
I don't think. I don't think.
Oh shit! He got him with that question.
On the right that you think is not true.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think. I don't think they used weather weapons to steer this last hurricane.
Fucking got
that's
him.
a recent one. Past that, I mean, you'd have to be more specific. I mean, there's a lot of things. Basically, I would say if I don't report on it, I don't.
You'd have to be more specific. No, you got to be specific. That was the term of the question he was asking you.
It's true. There's a lot of rumors out there about tin walls that I think are fake. So most of the tin wall stuff I think is fake. I don't believe it. So there's just a couple recent examples.
My hammer sings on your return.
Hey, how you doing? My question is, if during the 2020 election, if the quote-unquote government could have stolen the election, why didn't they do that in 2016? I think that if you're going to be a conspiracy theorist, you should like apply your conspiracy theories consistently.
I think that's a great question. I think that's a fair question, and I think Hillary Clinton is still pissed off that they didn't.
Nah, fuck off. All right, I'm gonna look for some gear. Right, what do we need? What do we need? We need. Got a decent weapon. We got an 800 weapon. We need to get an 800 chess piece with Golem mastery as a greater avix. Let's go filter. Seasoned softcore. Looking for sellers. Rarity. Legendary. Equipment type. Chest armor. Okay, class restrictions, Necromancer and non-class specific. Needs to be ancestral. Needs to be 800 item power. And it needs to have Golem mastery. And it has to have Golem mastery as a greater affix. Yeah, there's nothing. There's not even... Shit, man. Getting ancestrals now must be difficult.
I need more time.
Fuck, dude. Must be missing resistances somewhere. Alright, we're just gonna go for the... masterwork. Doesn't matter what it is. That was shitty. Doesn't matter what it is though. We just need everything to up to 4 at least. We need to start buffing stuff. Pants.
More fair than I thought.
Alright. So that's up all the way. Cooldown reduction, why not? Doesn't really matter what we get. Anything's good. And that's up. There we go. Okay.
Do that here.
Okay, now we will. Let's. No. Tripping. Where's the jeweler? Right here. We're gonna remove one of these. See what our res is at.
You lose a little mass to dust.
Oh, dude, 69% res even after we remove one of them. What are we doing? What are we doing?
There is power in these stones.
There we go. There, res capped, armor capped. Good to go. check. Let's just try comment 3 and we'll see what happens.
Didn't steal it from her, but there's an actual practical answer, as I said.
Movement speed. I can feel the movement speed higher now. Oh. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Philadelphia or in Atlanta, where they shut
Yeah, I feel that movement speed. There we go. That Golem it has crazy damage. Just throw the Golem on there like.
Somebody else?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason why he's very careful of that is because he's been through defamation lawsuits now. He knows. But at the same time, he's kind of Fulton County originated. It was established well thought from Tom and the others about
Dude, this build's coming along. Oh, right as I die. I hate that they bring me so far back.
It doesn't actually work for a defensive defamation suit. That's why he lost that case for $148 million.
Probably only have time for one or two more questions.
I'm not ready.
Hey, Destiny, back to
Oh.
And then this debate was designed for something. Well, I don't know what's going on with dinosaurs. I believe they exist. What's up with that?
I'm not ready. I need more time. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
By Russia, like Tenet Media, by the way. I think it's good to be able to show people. I think it's good to be able to show people what's happening.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it's funny that conservatives don't believe in dinosaurs. They think that oil is a self-replenishing thing. They think that we couldn't have gone to the moon. They simultaneously don't believe that we went to the moon, but they do believe in Elon's rockets. They talk about George Soros and billionaire conspiracies, even though Elon Musk wants to put a fucking microchip in your brain, and he owns companies that are digging fucking tunnels beneath Las Vegas. Like, it's just insanely hypocritical. They believe in every single conspiracy theory. The wildfires in Hawaii were caused by Jewish space lasers. They think that every fucking war in the Middle East is some, like, I already answered the dinosaur. You guys don't believe that dinosaurs are fucking real. It's a debate. We're allowed to fucking talk.
So here's what he's doing. Modern-day Trump-supporting conservatism is a big tent.
I need more time.
Is a big tent. So yeah, there's probably crazy people that believe this stuff. There's crazy people that believe.
Okay, Destiny's smart, but he needs to chill. He needs to go a little slower. I know it's getting excited and he's processing a lot, but he's gotta go a little slower.
Crazy things about the right. These people all believe Trump-Russia collusion, which was fake. These people all believe that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. It was real. So that's mainstream leftism. I was talking about with Democrats and dinosaurs or Republicans. Dinosaurs. I don't know anything about that. That's not conservatism. That's some fringe people that happen to vote Trump because they still, even though they don't believe in dinosaurs, are smarter than him.
Was Roger Stone working with Donald Trump's campaign?
Shit, where's the...
The silence, there it is. Yeah, because he knows where this line of questioning goes.
Yes.
It wasn't. Trump-Russia collusion was not fake. There was collusion between Trump's campaign and between Russia. It happened. What do you think the DNC leaks that he's so excitedly talking about came from?
Shit, it's not...
It came from Russian hackers, and Roger
Event's
Stone
not popping up.
all of those people. It's laid out all in court indictments.
Hey, so for you, big guy, a couple points and then a question for you, and maybe we close this out. You brought up marginal utility of dollars as related to Owen's flat tax proposal. That cuts both ways. There's also a marginal utility of services. You say that Democrats aren't for voter fraud, yet they're suing the state of Virginia for removing illegal aliens from their voter rolls. You say that the evidence of the January 6th
that's not here. Fuck.
is that people wouldn't go through the magnetometer and there must have been all these guns there. But if you actually watch the videos that you claimed, you would see hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people there that couldn't possibly fit on the ellipse.
We need better aspects. That's what we need.
Okay.
Fuck it. We're gonna go with
you want to make fun of
better
Golem
aspects.
for big tech removing his First Amendment rights, and everyone around here wants to clap for him being imprisoned for being a First Amendment journalist. What's it like to be so intellectually dishonest?
It sounded like the last question for Owen, but I'll answer it anyway. You're not allowed to break into the Capitol and try to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. Who was the first person into the Capitol building? That's because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So why the fuck are you asking me a question like you do? The first people into the building were the Proud Boys. You can watch it. It's all on tape.
True.
You retards videotape the entire thing. It's in 4K HD, 60 frames per second. Live streamed on YouTube. They were covering their InfoWars saying patriots are coming in. How did they do it? They stole a riot shield and they bashed in the window. You can watch it on video. Really? How much do you want to bet? You want to bet $5,000 right now. The first guy into the Capitol was let in by a police officer. You want to bet $5,000 on that right now. That the first person in wasn't charged with a crime, isn't on video, bashing the window in with a riot shield that he stole from a cop? Exactly. That's why, because you don't have any money left to lose. Okay? No, it's bullshit. The first people that breached the Capitol grounds were the Proud Boys. It's all on video. The first people into the Capitol building were the Proud Boys. It's all on video.
My politics
is anti-American and treasonous. You hate this country.
My politics have cost me everything, and I'm still up here fighting the good fight because I actually love this country, unlike this guy who's lost nothing. He's lost nothing except his integrity.
Why? Who's clapping?
Is his integrity. And I'd like to, I don't know if you want to do more questions or if you want to do final comments. But everybody, again, he sits here, we could fact check this guy all day long. The doors have magnetometers that have to be released by the Capitol Police. You can sit there and watch them release the doors, and then the cops open them and usher them through. He keeps saying it's on video, it's on video. Yes, you're right. That's literally on video. I've been in the courtrooms. I've shown it on video. You haven't because you're a good government stooge, and you'll probably be protected by the corrupt Justice Department.
None of that is true.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Look at first breach into the Capitol. Go look it up. Go see who got indicted for it. Go see who got convicted for it. Wasn't police officers letting people into the building?
We have one more question.
I'm gonna look it up. Who was the first person to breach the Capitol on January 6th?
As far as I'm aware, that app didn't change any immigration laws, but it made it so that appointments must be made for the app rather than further congesting the border, making it harder for the
Let's see.
their job. In fact, they're being sued by Amnesty International for allegedly making it harder for people to seek asylum. So my question is, what laws do you believe were changed, and what do you believe the app is doing?
Who's the first person? Let's see.
So there's basically no screening when it comes to the asylum process now. Anybody can come in and apply to be an asylum.
Let's see. First person to breach the U.S. Capitol was Michael Sparks from Kentucky. He entered through a broken window near the Senate wing door at approximately 2:13 p.m. Proceeded to confront Capitol Police officers inside the building. Okay. He entered a broken window. Wait. Okay, he entered the broken window, but who broke the window? That's what I want to know. They might not have information about it. Let's see. Dominic Pizzola, member of the Proud Boys, broke the first window at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Okay, so a Proud Boy member named Dominic Pizzola broke the first window at the Capitol, and then immediately afterwards, Michael Sparks from Kentucky, so conservative Proud Boy piece of shit broke the window, and then another conservative piece of shit jumped through that window. Okay, there you go. It's right there. So easy to just look up.
Seeker. They can get on this app, file the asylum seeking process. They don't check your ID. They don't do a background check. You just fill out the form and you're in as an asylum seeker. And then you can fly into the country. You can get a flight as well. But I understand. Okay, let's say I can't convince you of that. Okay, let's get the political wonk out of the way and let's just talk realistically here. 3 straight years.
Let's buy this amulet.
Record number of border crossers. I won't even put a term on them. I won't say illegal. I won't say asylum. I won't say anything. 3 straight years of record number border crossings. That's just a fact. And most of these people come here, if not all, well, probably not all, because a lot of them just escape into the country. Most of these people come here and they get free stuff immediately. You're paying for it. You're paying for their travel. I just told you, they changed the policy. They're not stopping people. Anybody can get in.
Damn, I can't figure shit out right now.
No,
the
it
computer's
wasn't
running slow.
case. You used to have to seek asylum in the country next to you, or you used to have to go up through a background check before you could even get into the court systems and come into this country. They would hold you into a detention center or a prison before you could come into this country. Now they just let you in. That's the big difference. Joe Biden, the Biden-Harris administration. That's why illegal immigration has gone up every single year. There's been a record number of illegal border crossers. That is a fact. And they all, and I wonder if they would even come here if they weren't getting the free stuff. I wonder if they weren't getting the free lodging, the free travel, the free food, everything else, the free welfare. I wonder if they would even come here at all. I think if you cut out the welfare state, and the open border, I doubt they even come here at all. And no other country, no other sane country on earth would have an open border and a welfare state, by the way.
Given time got away from me, we have to jump right into the closing statements. Sorry that we didn't get to the last 2 questions.
Who gives a shit about closing statements? Just keep the back and forth going.
I think conservatives are delusional. I think they hate this country. I think that they are more aligned with the interests of Donald Trump than they are with anything having to do with the concept of the United States of America. I think it's incredibly sad because I think as much as I used to disagree with conservatives, at least they stood on principle for the United States. I think that today, if another 9/11 happened, I think that conservative MAGA people would be more interested in blaming Kamala Harris than uniting around whoever our common enemy was. And I think
True.
people like Donald Trump on stage begging and pleading for Russia to release 10,000 emails, or constantly giving praise to foreign dictators, to people like Orban, or saying that he wants his citizens to stand at attention like they do with Kim in North Korea, and why he has so many good things to say for all these authoritarian leaders like Putin, but he can't find any support from other democratic leaders around the world. I think it says something about him. I think it says something about the type of people that would support that. I think it says something about him, and if you have good parents, they told you this, if you can't look at a person, look at who their friends are, or look at who they work with. The idea that his vice president is not running with him again, that should send huge signals to your brain of what's going on here. Where is Mike Pence? Why does Mike Pence say, in contrast to you, that Donald Trump told him to unilaterally choose who the election winner would be? That's Pence's accounting of things, right? Why is it that so many of his ex-cabinet members, over 40 of his ex-cabinet members, won't endorse him for president? Why do you get four-star generals, people like Mark Milley, saying things like Donald Trump would be a fascist? Why do you have Donald Trump himself saying, I would suspend or terminate parts of the Constitution and be a dictator on day one to do the things that I need to do? Why would you have Donald Trump try to weaponize his DOJ to go after his political opponents? Why would he call into Fox and Friends and say, I think the DOJ needs to start indicting and arresting people, and then accuse Biden of doing it despite the fact you have absolutely no evidence of it happening, except for maybe pointing to New York State, which isn't even the federal government? Conservatives are just living in an entirely delusional, disconnected from reality world. I hope that after this election there's a huge wake-up call.
I'm offering so much gold just for new aspects. This is fucking absurd.
And see that we genuinely do have problems.
It's taking too long. I'm just gonna run something.
Jews or illegal immigrants.
Oh my
I wish
god.
that we could come together and work on some problems rather
I've
than
offered like
fabricate
hundreds of millions of
whole
gold
blocks
just to get
issues that aren't
gear
even real
pieces
issues
with
or don't even
aspects on
exist.
it.
I wish that when issues that really were presented
Fucking
against this country,
absurd.
like illegal immigration, were put in front of Congress to solve, that the Republicans would be behind it, along with the Democrats. And I think it was the record of leadership. When you compare the Biden administration, of which Harris is the vice president, you saw all of the bipartisan legislation that they got passed, and you compare it to Trump's administration, that was a failure in every single conceivable way, whether it was his inability to actually end conflict in the Middle East, he didn't. Whether it was ability to actually solve problems with legislation, he didn't. his ability to lead a coherent country that was falling apart under BLM riots and COVID lockdowns and all sorts of other things. COVID, which he didn't even acknowledge was real until it was already, tens or hundreds of thousands of cases in this country. And you can see how much he undermined it, how much that bothered him, because he couldn't even get credit for the vaccine that he so desperately wanted his audience to worship him for. I hope that after this election season, I hope we can come together a little bit better and be better Americans and be on the same team again.
Yep, I have no idea what the hell is going on with my shit right now.
Okay. He says conservatives hate this country, yet look at my story, look at Donald Trump's story. I came here tonight,
a lot of them hate themselves. Not all conservatives.
I don't look like a slob, and I put my
a good
American
portion of
flag
them
with
don't
Velvet
just
on
don't give a
because I
shit
care
about
this
anything.
country. I came here despite, yes, lawyers watching me all the time trying to sue me like ambulance chasers, the federal government watching me all the time because they want to throw me in prison, and I continue to come out here because I love this country. Don't tell me I hate this country.
Here's what Santa Cruz voters should know about Measure Z, the new beverage tax on the November ballot. Measure Z violates the Keep Groceries Affordable law signed by Governor Brown.
No, I don't care about Measure Z. I don't give a fuck about Measure Z.
Tonight looking like a slob with a
Measure Z is about imposing a tax on any kind of soda or beverage that has sugar in it. That's it. It's just a tax on sugar beverages. Who's going to die over that? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Just raise it. Raise the taxes on sugary beverages to by 10,000%. I could not give less of a fuck. What I end up drinking less sugary beverages might actually help with the obesity epidemic here. I do not care.
The Finding Nemo necklace on, okay? That's how serious he is. And by the way, how about Donald Trump? He's been shot at. He's had multiple assassination attempts.
Yeah, we get it. He's a martyr.
They go after his
Fuck off.
family. They bring him through the courts as well. And he's still fighting for this country. Let's not act like it's conservatives that don't love this country. It's
Yeah, conservative. They're the ones that shot at Trump. Conservatives are the one that shot at Trump. The person who shot at Trump on top of the roof, he was a fucking conservative, and he still hated Trump. What does that show? Democrats hate Trump. Conservatives hate Trump. The guy who tried to shoot at him hates Trump, and he's conservative. Nobody fucking likes him. The only people that like Trump are just sycophants.
Conservatives that sang the national anthem on January 6th. They sang the national anthem when Donald Trump went back to Butler.
I feel like the people who like Trump at this point are just like evil people who know what he's trying to do, and they have businesses, and so they're invested in Trump winning so that they can propagate their business further and do shady business practices. They don't give a fuck about America. And then the other group of people are just like retards that don't know anything about Trump. They don't know anything about Trump. They just like his attitude, or they relate to his demeanor, or the fact that he doesn't care, like his carefree attitude, like very, very narcissistic. People like that because he seems to know what he's doing. They don't bother to dig beneath the surface.
Pennsylvania, where they shot at him. You won't even hear a Democrat sing a national anthem. They kneel for the national anthem. They hate this country. Pretty much everything a Democrat says is projection. And by the way, on the vaccine thing, I disagree with Trump on the vaccine, but it's funny, you notice when Trump was president with the vaccine, Kamala Harris and everybody said, don't take the vaccine, it's the worst. As soon as Biden got in, they all loved the vaccine. Did you take the vaccine? I sure hope not.
The vaccine is not a political thing. It's the efficacy of science. It doesn't matter whether the Democrats agree or disagree with it, Republicans agree or disagree with it. It doesn't matter. It's a vaccine. It's been proven to work. What do you mean? We've had RNA technology for a long time, decades now. We know how it works. We know how vaccines work. Why would you be against it? The only reason why you'd be against it is for a political reason, because people say that you should be against it. You don't. If you're against it, you don't know why you're against it. You just know that your team is against it. You don't know why.
How much money is spent on elections? Billions of dollars. Why? Why is so much money spent on an election? Because power. That's why.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, I agree with you. Yeah, sure.
So ask yourself in follow-up.
Sure.
Are elections ever stolen? Is there ever any voter fraud?
Depends what you mean by stolen. The primary with Bernie. The Democratic Party knew that Bernie Sanders was a better candidate to run versus Hillary Clinton, but they still went with Hillary because even though she was a shittier candidate, they would be able to keep their institutional power. So that is a clear example of the system caring more about keeping their power versus actually doing what's right. They cared more about keeping their power than they cared about winning. Because if they win, let's say they win with Bernie, because Bernie would have easily won. Hillary's the only Democratic candidate who could have lost to Trump. That's why she lost, because she's so fucking unlikely. If Bernie was there, he would have won. Except guess what? Bernie probably would have changed out a lot of those Democrats that were in power that wanted to keep their positions. So they cared more about their positions than actually getting a Democrat to win.
No to these questions? Or are you going to sit here and believe everything the government tells you and everything the establishment media tells you? And you notice that's where he goes with everything. He keeps citing people that work for the government their whole lives. He keeps citing mainstream media talking points. So you can choose to live your life trusting the mainstream media, but guess what? You're going to be the one who's deceived. You're going to be deceived about war in the Middle East, weapons of mass destruction, Russian collusion, the vaccine is safe and effective. You name it. They deceive you on everything, and he comes up here and parrots their talking points and acts like he's put in an effort tonight. And just for clarification, Pence was not asked to decide who the winner was. He was asked to delay the certification.
Okay, so he admits it. Pence was there to delay the certification. He just said it. What more is there to say? He was there to delay the certification. Who asked him to delay the certification? Trump asked him that. Directly. We hope, quote, we hope that Mike Pence pulls through for us. What does that mean? They asked Mike Pence, pull through for us. Trump directly asked Mike Pence to delay the certification of the vote. He wanted to steal the country for himself and circumvent the democratic process. It's not that hard to understand.
Well, let's just, again, get that straight. But in closing, I would say this. You have two choices. It's very simple. You can either be pro-establishment, pro-big government, pro-mainstream media telling you what to do, how to live, pro-government telling you what to do.
Yeah, pro-government or anti-government. No, it's not that simple. You can't just be pro or anti-government. That's fucking stupid. I don't know why he would even suggest that it's a false dichotomy, like it's a dichotomy like this. No, it's not about big government or small government. It's what should the government have the ability to do. If we want the government to do certain things, then they can be a force for good. But of course, they can spy on us. They can do all sorts of other creepy shit too. So no, it's not a false dichotomy. The government is a tool, and it should be used for good things. It's not about being anti-government or pro-government. It's stupid. You could be anti-government, but you can't get rid of the government. You have to have some government in place. Otherwise, a country doesn't function. You're just a broken. It's like the thing with the 13 states. You can't have a united country. The only reason why the America even stood a chance against Great Britain is because we united to form a country, and we combined our power in order to beat them. That's the only reason why we're able to do that. How do you do that if you have different separate states? You have to have one unified government to do that. So you need a government. It's just about what you want the government to do. It should be ruled by the people.
You can accept that our government and our media have been corrupt for decades. Probably everyone in this room's entire life, our government has been corrupt. This is not a message for the right. This is not a message for the left. This is a message for Americans. We have a corrupt government. We have a corrupt media. That's what we're addressing. That's what we want to overthrow. Those are the people trying to stop Donald Trump. That's why I support Donald Trump, and I hope this reformation for the populist anti-establishment movement in the Republican Party is here to stay.
How do you clap for that?
Our speakers, thanks so much for coming out tonight, folks. It's been a
They just end it right there.
Drive safe. If you're watching online, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Sean. Thanks very much, Sean.
Thank you, James. Let's give a big round of applause for James, Owen,
It was an entertaining video. Alright, what should we move on to next? Do more political shit, or we can go to something physics related, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do collapse of the wave function defeat. Nah, that's too technical. We'll just do a physics debate. Can physics ever get to the truth? Eric Weinstein and Hillary Lawson clash over nature of reality. Oh shit. Alright, let's see.
This is ridiculous, Hillary. I just absolutely think this is not true. There's this issue that I'm going to be hurt.
So I just want to start by saying I don't know a lot about Eric Weinstein, but I know that he's very fiery and he's good in debates. So whether that's good or bad, we'll see.
Heard as championing the naive view that all reliable knowledge is scientific. But I'm hoping to convince you that what's about to come, and it is not yet fully here, is going to be a reassertion of the so-called realism in science. What we are actually looking at the moment is many different crises that are being conflated. The reproducibility crisis, the issue of political economy with grants and peer review in science, the issue of a better understanding of the ways in which our brains misperceive reality and our Umwelt. And all of these different kinds of critiques have been conflated in this post-realism approach that we're hearing about from Hillary Hoffman and others. And if we're going to have this conversation, we should do it by talking over each other, bringing passion, but also being very careful to deconflate all of the different...
Alright. Man, he's got to chill out. I mean, it seems like he knows what he's talking about, but Eric Weinstein is chill the fuck out, dude. He's like... He's letting his full brain autism show right now.
Try and get rid of metaphysics in the sense of things that are not grounded on observation. Turns out you can't really do it. And I would argue the reason that you can't really do it is because observation itself builds in the idea that we can reach through to reality. That we can just see how it is, and that will tell us where we are. But I don't think we can reach through to how it is in that way, both with our senses and with our theories and with our language. In the case of science, you can see that there are elements of the framework of science that we can't find any observation for. I mean, science has a story, there are laws, and they apply to things. Well, you can't find the laws, can we, in the sense that you can't get a telescope and, oh, there's the law. You can't find them.
I mean, that's true.
And you can't find the things either, it turns out, because as you look at the things, they keep on disappearing.
Well, this is ridiculous. I just absolutely think this is not true. This sort of set of New Age beliefs flying. In 1913, we found the last major landmass on Earth, which turned out to be...
Oh god, an advertisement already?
Is a must-have for all students. You can get 50% off of all regular clothes.
Zemlya was north of Siberia, and it was mapped by 1932. 90 years in our past. Nobody is searching for major landmasses on Earth. Why? Because that game is over. It's closed. Right? So, in a sense, what's going on is we have a belief that there are an infinite number of problems all the way down. Now, do I agree with you that there will always be problems that we can't solve? We always know there will be Diophantine equations for number theorists to work on. We've proven that. We've proven that there are things that are true that are not true for any good reason, so Gödel will not allow us to reach them from inside of an axiomatic system. But the idea that the rules of chess can never be known, right, which is really what a theory of everything is. It's just a search for rules where at some point the scientists put down their pen and the philosophers are the only one interested because of this mythical equation, which really should be a Lagrangian equation. That sense, it flatters our current sense of ourselves, but it's obviously not true. We're not looking for an extension of the genetic code. We're sort of curious that maybe something doesn't smaller, 54 codons and 20 amino acids. You know,
this build is fucking shit up on tier 2. I just gotta get the resistances solved.
We need the routine to know the difference. You mentioned well, there are things things that close, I think that nothing ever closes, as it were, that you can never quite get to the bottom of anything. But that doesn't mean to say that you can have a damn good go and you refine it as it works. And indeed, I think science has always worked like that. So when Newton first said, the apple falls to the ground because of gravity, the people, critics of him said,
$6.95.
When we point to situations which it doesn't fit, like most of the time the apple doesn't fall to the ground, you say there's an equal and opposite force in the tree holding it there. But any example, we counter-example, you just say there's another force acting. So we can't counter your theory, because whatever you do, you'll just say there's another force. And that is how science works. It creates, something doesn't work, you say, oh, well, this must be going on, so you then add something else, and you endlessly refine. You have the illusion that you're getting to reality. Rather, instead, what you're doing is refining your model to one that works better. We've lost.
I don't know. I gotta rewind that shit a little bit.
Which it doesn't fit. Like most of the time, the app is worked like they.
I missed a lot of that.
That sense, it flatters our current sense of ourselves, but it's obviously not true. We're not looking for an extension of the genetic code. We're sort of curious that maybe something doesn't follow 64 codons and 20 amino acids, and there's some stuff around the edges. But in fact, there are things that close, there are things that extend infinitely, and we need the wisdom to know the difference. Eric, you mentioned, well, there are things that close. I think that nothing ever closes, as it were, that you can never quite get to the bottom of anything, but that doesn't mean to say that you can have a damn good go and you refine it as it works. And science has always worked like that. So when Newton first said, the apple falls to the ground because of gravity, the people, critics of him, said, well, wait a minute, when we point to situations which it doesn't fit, like most of the time the apple doesn't fall to the ground, you say there's an equal and opposite force in the tree holding it there. But any example, we counter-example, you just say there's another force acting. So we can't counter your theory, because whatever you do, you'll just say there's another force. And that is how science works.
Oh, this sounds like a guy who... Damn, I think I need to know the history between Eric Weinstein and this guy who's looked... It's clear that he's looked at his papers, so he's very directly responding to him. I don't know if I'm even equipped to talk about this.
But any example, we counter-example, you just say, well, there's another force acting. So we can't counter your theory, because whatever you do, you'll just say there's another force. And that is...
I hope that's not what Eric Weinstein's doing, because if so, then you can't just create a force to counteract anything that goes against you.
Is how science works. It creates, something doesn't work, you say, oh, well, this must be going on, so you then add something else, and you endlessly refine. You have the illusion that you're getting to reality. Rather, instead, what you're doing is refining your model to one that works better.
We've lost this idea that sometimes we fall off some better stuff. As much as I love Hawking and Heisenberg, there are no Dirac and Einstein. We have these exceptional moments
where things really go pretty wrong. And if I think about, we never get to the bottom. Nobody is looking for a new one-division algebra beyond the real complex Chinese and mathematics. That's stable. Never going to change. Unless something, true about logic that I don't know. I think the frame that you have for things is always up in browsing. But it's true within that frame, you have things that just don't make much sense, and which we would say are wrong. Say one side has won in a football game when the score was different is usually just thought of as wrong. Actually, if you get down to the detail, I would even challenge that because I think that what happens is the supporter who goes along, who the score's meant to be 2-1. They say, "Oh, we were wrong. We won really." So there's always a way of reframing it to say there's a different outcome. What I'm here to tell you is that I believe that a short time from now, you can have a situation in which the thing closes just like Lent.
No, there's too much. There's too many layers of someone's position. It's not. They're arguing based on things that they already know about the other person. They're not making their points obvious for the average viewer. So I can't even respond to this. It's all just like I've read your papers and I know like the method that you're using to try to come up with equations for the universe and it doesn't work for this reason, but they're not like mentioning specifics about it. Like I can't even respond to that. Okay, it was paused. I just resumed it now. I don't even know how long it was paused for.
I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready.
The ships on ground and shores of Uncharted Desert Isle. With Google Earth, nobody's thinking about Uncharted Desert Isle. You have to give the idea that certain things pose its due, or this whole thing leads to madness. This is still an
yep.
story for the last 50 years. And Eric has been a fantastically valuable critic of that idea.
Ooh, okay, so he's agreeing that Eric Weinstein rightfully is against string theory because it hasn't produced anything since its inception in like what 80 years ago. So Eric Weinstein's pretty critical, and this guy who I'm not even sure if he's better or worse than Eric Weinstein's position, because I don't know the context, but it seems like, I mean, he seems to be good faith. He's acknowledging that he doesn't do it against string theory, and string theory has been used a waste of time.
I would then take issue is the notion that you might arrive. Of course, there'll be someone who will come along after you who will say, oh, actually, Eric's theory is also mistaken. It's like this. And you accept that idea that you another theory, but you want to hold on to the idea that at some point we'll get to the end of that process. There might be a whole series of Kuhnian paradigm shifts, but eventually we might arrive. I'm saying, I don't think so.
There's two separate things. There's a question about my physics theory and my theory in general about this issue. I don't know that it's not an infinite series of closure problems all the way down. Yeah. I'm saying that it may.
6 waves.
You seem to be indicating that it is effectively possible because there's always a larger system in which that thing may not be true. And I would say that the real time that we rock bottom is when the scientists say, I don't see anything more for me to do, the philosophers and the theologians.
Hey, go take my dog outside.
I'm not ready.
There are these multiple fiction writers. There's still people writing about, the use resources of the earth, even scientists and physicists.
Scientists always imagined that they've almost got there. Lord Kelvin said, 1890, we cracked it, we've only got a little technical detail. That was before Einstein, before quantum mechanics. And Hawking thought we'd almost got it, didn't he? We were just right. It's a fantasy. It's not a data point that we all know. And because...
Yeah, you have to buy it, huh?
Or whether it's either I.TV, the more debate we hear, and the world even calls this on stone.
Alright. Our radiuses have changed and everything, so if I go to every single Paragon node, yeah, the radiuses have already increased, so it's already at its max now. So everything's changed. Oh wait, except for one of my glyphs. I don't think it's at 46 yet. That'll probably be important to get to it though, huh? That's what I should be doing. Get rid of that. Nope. Nope. Bloodless Scream, don't need it. Bad stats. Might use it, probably won't, but whatever. Keep it for now. 750, 750. We got a GA on nothing good. Nope. Damn. Well, wait, we only got 197. Are you fucking... Are you kidding? Dude. I want to learn about the collapse of the wave function. Collapse of the wave function. Quantum mechanics. Do quantum wave functions actually collapse? Doesn't seem like a very reputable person, though. Why quantum mechanics makes no sense but still works. I remember this being a really good video, but I watched this before.
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate will teach you to...
Oh, God.
A huge thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Hey everyone, Path here, and in this video I want to talk about one of the most central and yet most confusing ideas in quantum mechanics, known as the collapse of the wave function. If you enjoy this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more fun physics content.
It was a really good one.
Let's begin by recalling that any system we study using the theory of quantum mechanics, maybe an electron in empty space, or maybe an electron and a proton making up a hydrogen atom, or anything else for that matter, can be described by a wave function. This is a mathematical function that tells us all the information we can know about our system. Most commonly, wave functions are discussed in the context of finding particles at different points in space when we make a measurement on our system. Here's what I mean by this. If we take our wave function for this particular particle, this electron, and we square it, technically we take its square modulus, then this directly gives us the probabilities of finding our particle in different regions of space. So in this case, from our wave function, we can see that the particle is most likely to be found somewhere here, and less likely to be found here. That's how the wave function is most commonly discussed, but the wave function also contains other kinds of information. Basically, any measurement we can make the wave function gives us the probabilities of getting any of the possible measurement results.
Okay.
For example, we may be familiar with the idea that in an atom, electrons can only occupy specific energy levels, or shells. With the nucleus at the center of the atom, the shell nearest to the nucleus, called the first shell, is lowest in energy. The next shell up has slightly more energy, and then some more, and so on and so forth. But in other systems that aren't necessarily simple atoms, we can also see energy levels like this. A particle can be found in one of many different energy states, and the wave function squared gives us the probability of finding the particle in any one of these. Now, interestingly, quantum mechanics says that before we make a measurement to find out what state our particle is in, the system is not just already in that state.
Hold up. This part's important, but I also have to do something real quick on this build. What? So I guess I have to restructure my entire Paragon board because I did all the minimum requirements to get to the glyph. Okay, so yeah, this one was a big area. Right here. Life. And then I was gonna grab this one and then this life and that's it. 41,000. Alright. Let's figure this out.
Any one of these. Now, interestingly, quantum mechanics says that before we make a measurement to find out what state our particle is in, the system is not just already in that state, and we don't just simply find out what state it's in when we make the measurement. Quantum mechanics, or at least the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, says that the system is in all the possible measurement states at the same time. This is known as a superposition of states, and the wave function shows us that the system is in all these possible states, weighted by what is essentially the probability of finding it in any one of them. Now, this is obviously different to the system already being in a given state and then us just finding out what state it's in when we make a measurement. The interesting thing is, mathematically, these two ideas can be shown to have different consequences.
This is what I want to watch.
Which we can test in the real world with experiments. We can take each idea, put it into our mathematics, make a prediction from each one, and then test it. And we've already done this. And all of the experiments we've done so far suggest that this version, the superposition of states, is at the very least more correct than this version, where we just find out what state the system is in. For more information on this idea, I'll leave the description below. But why do we care about all this? Well, the point is that before we measure our system, it's in a blend of all possible states. But as soon as we measure it, it collapses into just one of these states, randomly. This idea is known as the collapse of the wave function. We have no way of predicting exactly which state our system will collapse into, but if we repeat the same experiment over and over, then the kind of results we will get tend to match the probabilities given by our wave function. This makes sense because if there is 60% probability of getting this state in any one measurement, then if we make lots of identical measurements, 60% of these should be in this state. But the important thing is that we have no way of predicting which state a particular system will fall into before we actually make the measurement and find out. Now, there are a couple of things worth mentioning here. Firstly, physicists are still debating the details of what is meant by measurement. Some people hear this discussion we just had.
Okay, so from what I understand, measurement is just when something classical, like something of sufficient mass, interacts with a quantum mechanical system that's in a superposition. So once that macroscopic object encounters the superposition, it collapses the wave function, and you only get one definite result.
About the collapse of the wave function and assumes that this means we somehow control the universe, because it's only after making a measurement that a system changes. However, as we said, the meaning of measurement is still slightly unclear in quantum mechanics, and it could also refer to interactions between different systems without the need for a conscious being doing the measuring. Secondly, although we're looking at the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics in this video, it's worth noting that there are other interpretations which follow the same mathematics but assign different physical meanings to each idea. They attempt to get around this random wave function collapse as well as the superposition of states, but are successful in some things and unsuccessful in other ways. Our main focus here will continue to be the Copenhagen interpretation, the most commonly used interpretation of quantum mechanics. And thirdly, let's talk about what happens to our system, or to our wave function, before and after the measurement. We've already seen that the process of making a measurement abruptly causes a somewhat random and unpredictable change in the system, but what happens before and after this measurement? Let's start with before. Remember how I said earlier that a quantum system is in a superposition of all possible measurement states? Well, that was a slight oversimplification. What actually happens is that a wave function follows what is known as the Schrödinger equation.
Yes.
This is one of the most important equations in quantum mechanics. It looks complicated, but all it tells us is how the wave function...
The Hamiltonian, the wave function, is how the so derivative dt. That means the derivative of something with respect to t. So partial of wave function with respect to t. That all that means is how does the wave function change over time. That's what. See, you don't have to know anything about the Schrödinger equation. You just have to know how calculus works. You look at the equation and you see I h bar, which is a reduced Planck constant. I is the complex number. H bar is the reduced Planck constant. So you have I h bar, which represents some kind of uncertainty, times the partial of the wave function with respect to t. So that all that's saying is this equation explains how the wave function changes over time. Just by looking at, you can put the words to the equation. It doesn't have to be like mess on a page. Like you can figure out what they're saying.
Changes over time depending on the different energies in the system, whether that's kinetic energies or potential energies. I've made a whole video discussing the Schrödinger equation in a lot more detail. Check it out up here if you're interested. But anyway, it is entirely possible that the system is in a superposition of all possible measurement result states, as we said at the beginning, and that it stays this way over time, as it doesn't change. Or it could be in some other superposition that evolves over time, or, of course, many other scenarios depending on how the system was set up in the first place, and as long as it follows the Schrödinger equation.
Weird.
What's important, though, is that we can look at the wave function as it is at the instant in time just before we make the measurement, and we can use that to calculate the probability of getting any particular measurement result when we do make the measurement. As we've already seen, once the measurement is made, there is a somewhat random
all the way up until the time
measurement is made. As we've already seen, as it is at the instant in time just before we make the measurement, and we can use that to calculate the probability of getting any particular measurement result when we do make it. As we've already seen, once the measurement is made, there is a somewhat random and unpredictable collapse to one of the possible measurement states. And this depends on what the wave function looked like just before we made the measurement. This bit is not described by the Schrödinger equation, and physicists are trying to understand it a bit better. They describe it as a discontinuous change because it suddenly collapses into one state rather than...
Yeah, see, that's the issue that I have with some aspects of quantum mechanics. Is it an instantaneous collapse? How do you have you can't have an instantaneous collapse according to Einstein's theory of general relativity. The speed of light, or c, the speed of causation, only goes to a certain speed, and that dictates how fast information can travel in the universe. So how are you supposed to have an instant collapse of the wave function? Am I stuck in the wall? How do you have an instant collapse of the wave function if Einstein's theory of general relativity is telling you that you can't have that? You can have a very fast collapse. So the wave function, so if you were to make quantum mechanics compatible with Einstein's theory of general relativity. That's like one of the most cutting edge things of physics. One thing you could try is you can say that the collapse of the wave function doesn't happen instantaneously. It happens over a certain duration of time, and you can somehow use Einstein's theory of general relativity and its continuous aspect of it. You can weave that into quantum mechanics in terms of the wave function. So that's one area. I'm not ready. This course that I find really fascinating.
And then, after the measurement, once again, the wave function starts following the Schrödinger equation at the instant in time after the measurement, based on now this being our initial state. So, depending on the system and its surroundings, the system may just stay in this measurement state, or it may start spreading out back into a superposition of multiple states and evolve over time. It just depends on the exact scenario, but it still follows the Schrödinger equation at this point. Now, it's worth mentioning that this is all a basic description of wave function collapse, based on a system where the possible measurement results are distinct states. We're dealing with other systems that have a much more continuous set of measurement results, like the position of a particle, which could potentially be anywhere in a given region of space, rather than in specific fixed locations. Then the collapse occurs into a few close-by states, reflecting Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. That's a discussion for another video.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that.
Now, it's worth mentioning that this is all a basic description of wave function collapse, based on a system where the possible measurement results are distinct states. We're dealing with other systems that have a much more continuous set of measurement results, like the position of a particle, which could potentially be anywhere in a given region of space, rather than in specific fixed locations. Then the collapse occurs into a few close-by states, reflecting Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. That's a discussion for another video, however. Now, before we finish up, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Squarespace gives you a beautiful, powerful online platform from which to create your website. You can build it in com/art. Huge thanks to Squarespace once again for sponsoring this video. Anyway, with all this being said, I'm going to finish up here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more fun physics content. Check out my merch, links down below.
Clearly explains so like he was saying, there's some aspects of quantum mechanics that are completely incompatible. Like say, okay, so there's this experiment where let's say we have Bob and Alice, right? And Bob is here on Earth, and Alice we send in a spaceship and we just like shoot her out into space, right? So they're really, really, really far away from each other, and it takes time for light to travel to them, or any information. If you send a signal, you try to communicate. If they're a light year away, you can only communicate them in a year, because it takes a year for the light to travel to them, or any kind of communication. So there's a delay in terms of how fast information can travel, right? But according to quantum mechanics, if you have two entangled particles that are separated by the distance of a light year, or let's just say, I mean, it's not really practical, but let's just say that it could be separated to that distance, and you could separate the two particles a light year away, and it would take light a year, or any information to travel a year. But quantum mechanics says no, you can instantaneously communicate. There's no way. There's no way. That's totally incompatible with everything we know about science. Okay, I guess I just have to do one more. Wave function collapse exist. That was a long discussion. Do wave functions out? This is gonna be a bait video. It's gonna be like some AI generated bullshit.
evil spreads through Gotham like a plague.
Mr. Freaking Bat!
Jim the Rat King could be anywhere. Have you ever wondered what a quantum object truly is? You are not alone. Physicists have been pondering this question for a long time, from when we first identified the quantum world until right now. Physicists are still arguing about what the true interpretation of a quantum object is, and some recent measurements have helped to shed some light on this argument. While the mathematics of quantum mechanics allows us to make excellent predictions, it fails to definitively describe what a quantum object is. So the question remains, what is a quantum wave function? And if this wave function actually exists, what happens to it when we measure it? Let's discuss it. So what is a wave function? In the early days of quantum mechanics, Erwin Schrödinger wrote down his famous Schrödinger equation, which allowed us to calculate the probability of finding a quantum object in a given state by treating it as a wave function. But the understanding of what this wave function truly is remains up for debate. Some physicists
Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now because I am hungry. But yep, there we go. Long random rant about physics, a bunch of other random shit, so I might clip those videos, make it to an actual segment. Well, I will be back whenever. See ya.